Hello. Haven't posted a reading in a while and figured I'd do one. Why not? Uh, so the last reading I did, I think, was for Scorpio. So this reading is for Sagittarius. And because it's the new year, we are doing in with the old, out with the new type vibe reading. And to reflect that, I did get some new decks recently. And I have one old deck here. So I have the True Black Tarot deck that I'm using. This is our out with the old energy. This is our in with the new energy. And let me find the boxes here. So for this deck, we have the True Black Tarot, in case you want to know what I'm using here, which is the deck that I've had for a very long time. And yay, Christmas time. This deck here is the companion to the True Black Tarot, and I thought it was appropriate. Ephemer, believe that's how it's pronounced. It's like French or something for ephemeral. I like ephemeral better, but whatever. Guess I am a little biased, speaking English and all. And then these cards here is a new oracle deck that I got called the Journey. And then these two cards here are from the In Between Tarot, which is literally, well, the second time I'm doing a reading with this particular deck. And the second time I'm doing a reading with this deck. Anyway, background information that you probably don't care about. So let's get started. So these are pre-pulled, obviously, trying to make these videos as short as possible because I am clearly very long-winded. So we have down here, Sagittarius, the Three of Wands with our True Black Tarot, accompanied with the King of Swords in the reverse. So the Three of Wands talks about stability and manifesting. And it also talks about being really confident and like honing in on something very specific to manifest it, to create it. This isn't just manifesting is more than just thinking or believing. You have to take action in order to make those thoughts a reality. So this is talking about manifesting. And then the King of Swords in the reverse talks about somebody that is just not a nice person. And they're not nice because even though they're intelligent, they use their knowledge for, I don't know if bad is the right word, but like just being cruel and mean, very easily triggered, indecisive, and makes decisions based off of emotions rather than logic. So that's where they can be cruel. And some of the things that might be viewed as stupid almost because they know better, especially like coming from their perspective, they know better. So just with these two cards here paired together, there's this is the old energy. Okay, so again, a little background story before I started. I saged my decks, and I kind of said a silent little prayer: in with the old, out with the new. Get rid of the old, all the old things that don't serve you, whatever they be, whether they be your actions or your thoughts or your reactions. Get rid of anything that no longer serves you to make room and space for new energy, which will serve you, which will help you and won't hinder you. So that was kind of, yeah. And that is coming out here because this is talking about manifesting like negativity, manifesting like being focused on the wrong things, being thrown off your path, easily. And that was something else that I said too, specifically about letting the smoke clear the path so that, you know, the information comes through clearly and is valid for the listeners that might be happening to watch this. So that's being talked about here, where it says keep going, because this talks about you know, you're following a path that might be windy, tipsy, topsy-turvy, and you have ups and downs, especially when you're triggered emotionally. It's very easy to have a lot of ups and a lot of downs. That you have the ability to be stable and to manifest, but like only focusing on the negatives of the trip and not the positives is the wrong way to do it. So you really got to let go of like negativity, like literally like self-defeating thoughts, allowing people to trigger you. Like, it's easier said than done, but like you have to stop. Like, people can't trigger you if you don't care about their opinion. And you have to ask yourself, like, why do I care about their opinion? Or why do I care about the things that they're saying that's making me feel this way that I don't like? Like, you have the knowledge and you are spiritually connected, but you're cutting yourself off because you're focusing on the wrong things. And with this, this is from the In Between tarot deck. This is the Page of Wands. This is talking about literally time to grow up, which is crazy because that comes out in another card here at the end. It's time to grow up. Okay. This is showing the Page of Wands and they're graduating. Okay. This is talking about a graduation. This is talking about you're, you know, about to pop off, about to take off, about to do something new, something different, gaining momentum. And, you know, it's not something that's easy. It's something that requires hard work and dedication, because whether this be, you know, it's a page, so it's indicative of, you know, it could be like grade school, high school, it could be that, right? But I feel like this is like entering into adulthood, and it's another metaphor of like entering into the truest version of yourself. Like, all this other shit that you just been doing and dealing with is child's play, because you're really starting to realize that focusing on you know, things that don't serve you, or people's opinions that don't serve you, or you know, different habits that you might have that aren't healthy, whether it be physically and or mentally, and it could be a combo. Like, it's time to it's time to grow up and recognize these things and remove them from your path. So then we have the next set of cards coming up here. So we'll start with these cards. So this is Crescendo. And first thing I noticed when I laid out all these cards is all these hands. There's like hands, 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 hands. Like, a lot of hands-on stuff happening here. Now, for this particular deck, I did have to look at the book because, and as of course for the Oracle deck here, because it's not a regular tarot deck. Every card means something different. But these cards, they have different major arcana representations. So this one, Crescendo here, you know, talks about past, present, and future. That's the deal with the hands. You know, one set of hands is the past, one set of hands is the present, and one set of hands is the future. And it's embodying like a culmination of everything that you've done in the past, whether they be actions, well, specifically actions, but also ideas and the consequences of those things that you've done in the past. That's what makes you who you are today. And this also touches on the thing I talk about all the time, which is time is an illusion, because all there is now. The past, present, and future is happening now simultaneously. But that's for another reading. But let's not forget that is coming through here. Realizing what's real and what's not. Realizing old ideas, whether they be ideas like time being linear, like letting go of what doesn't serve you and accepting what does. And a lot of this energy in the past was focusing on like outside things that are happening to you and like coming from the outside, affecting you and then affecting you on the inside, but not taking into effect that your focus is on the outside instead of the inside. And if your focus was on the inside, maybe you wouldn't be so, fucking bummed all the time and so depressed and like focusing on the negative. So this is the new energy coming in, right? So like new concepts of like remembering your past. Like you may have an event that happened in your past that's embarrassing to you, or like maybe you felt was a defining moment, but like you don't have to, when you remember something from the past, you don't have to relive it as you did in that moment. You can claim it as something new, such as, okay, yes, this thing happened and I went through XYZ, but as a result, this happened and that happened, ABC happened. And now, because I went through that, I'll never have to worry about if I'm ever presented with that thing happening again, whatever it was. I don't have to worry and be like in my head and like, I did this before and it didn't work out, so I'm going to try something else now. Like what can you learn from it? Not focusing on how horrible something was or even how good something was. Like what does it really mean to you on the inside? So then Ovation here, which this card is paired with, talks about it's like an enjoyment, a celebration, reward, recognition, celebrating your accomplishments, light over darkness, trials to triumphs, time of joy, success, positivity, transformation. So like literally goes hand in hand. Like your perspective dictates what you will experience, and you can choose to focus on the negative, or you can choose to move on and focus on, well, okay, this bad thing happened. What's happening now? Because the bad thing that happened isn't what's happening now, because we're moving on from that. And this is like, once you realize how easy it is to do that, and you start to make that a new habit, a new practice, a new thing that you do that is healthy, you'll realize how rewarding it is, and you won't be so hard on yourself all the time. And yeah, you made mistakes, but mistakes are just opportunities to learn something new, to grow and expand. And then the Whisper card here again talks about intuition, answers from within, tuning the world around you out, because your heart knows the way. So I talked about here focusing on emotion instead of logic. There's nothing wrong with incorporating emotion into your decisions, but where maybe one should draw the line with, if using emotions isn't the best way to make a decision, is how do those emotions make you feel? If those emotions make you feel good, then good, use it. incorporate it. But if those emotions are making you feel bad, it's time to step back and ask why. And like, what is this really about? Because incorporating emotions that make you feel bad into a decision that you plan on carrying out probably isn't going to yield a result that's going to make you feel good. It's probably just going to make you feel more of that kind of energy, more of that kind of emotion. So this talks about paying attention to your inner voice, because we all have it, and release. Did I skip a card? Oh, hold on, I did skip a card. For this card here, for the Page of Cups, it talks about loss of innocence and that it can be a painful process. So literally, this card was talking about time to grow up, and this card is literally talking about the pain of growing up, because that's what's happening here. It's time to grow up. It's time to let go of childish ways and things that don't work for you anymore. And it's like literally mind-blowing, because this is 4 different decks, and I just pulled a couple cards from each one and just like, okay, this is for this energy, this is for that energy, and let's see what they all say together. And this is like, I swear, tarot never ceases to amaze me. So back to this card. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm like so hyped right now. Release talks about releasing the old so the new can enter. Like literally the prayer that I said when I was burning sage before I did this reading. And literally everything that I was saying this whole time. But there was a quote with this card that I thought was very appropriate. So I wrote that down. And the quote is, let me find it here. You can only lose something you have, but you cannot lose something that you are. And I have a version of that I say all the time. I always say you can't lose what is truly yours, which is like a shorter version of that quote. But I thought that was truly beautiful and very authentic and very accurate and aligned perfectly with everything that was coming through with this reading. I'm also just wanting to touch back on this card where it says keep going. All I keep hearing is new earth. It's a new year. It's a new cycle. And this energy of the old, like, it's going away. It's just, we're not doing it no more. Because we're growing up. It's time to grow up. It's either grow up or give up. And that's not going to happen, because this is saying keep going. You're going to keep going. And why would you give up after everything that you've been through and all the work and hard work and trials and tribulations that, you've been through? Which one of these cards talks about, I think I had said that about going from, the ovation, I believe, celebration, because your trials and tribulations have brought you to this point. Maybe it was the crescendo card. It was one of these cards. No, it was the crescendo card. I'm getting my cards mixed up. I'm still learning this deck, so but yeah, that is your reading, Sagittarius, and I truly hope you got something out of it. If you aren't Sagittarius, or you're cross-watching, or you have Sagittarius somewhere in your chart, please don't think that this reading isn't for you. If it resonates, it resonates. And if you see this reading and it's old and it still resonates, remember, time is an illusion. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Again, along with this reading, take what works for you and leave what doesn't. And that is my reading for Sagittarius for the upcoming year of 2025. Thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly hope you got something out of it. And if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. I don't post that often, but I do post when I feel called to. So I do what I can. All right. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.